All right, first and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who was worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutation to you brothers out there pushing the truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. It's your brother Gabaria from the Indiana camp. Come back at you again with another sit down to basically talk about the Lord redeeming Israel. All right. Without further ado, we're just going to hop straight into it. This is Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 8. It says, "He will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord God will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Lord hath spoken it. And it shall be said in that day, Lo, this is our God, we have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Lord we have waited for. He will be glad and rejoice in his salvation." All right, so basically, this is saying what, man? That the Lord, Yahweh shot through Yahweh, is coming back to redeem his people, man, starting with the elect first, because our people, 2/3 of our people has to be destroyed, and killed off. But that 1/3 and the 144,000 elect chosen men are going to be redeemed, and is going to bring our people to salvation, all right? Because the 1/3 of Israel and 144,000 elect men are gonna, how can I say, how can I say it, bring the rest of the Israelites back, through breeding, through, how can I say, through childbearing, one man is gonna have, thousands upon thousands of children, and that's when the 2/3 is gonna eventually come back in their how can I say, in their glorious bodies, all right? Because they're not going to get it the first go round. They're not going to get their glorious bodies. They're not going to get changed in the twinkling of the eye, as the scriptures say. They're going to get it through what? Through our children, all right? And they're going to know who they were. Back in the ancient, we're going to know, oh, yeah, this is my cousin, my one guy, my this thing. We going to know who was who, Oh, yeah, this right here, this is my sister. No, yeah, I told her, everybody. We're not gonna gloat on it. We was like, yeah, I told your ass, your ass got destroyed and everything. But we know, because they gonna have, some Israelites gonna have the everlasting contempt and shame. But we're gonna know who, yeah, this is my family, this is my mother, this is my father, A, B, and C. So you're gonna get your family back. You're gonna get your children back. Whoever rejecting you on this side, you're gonna get them back in the kingdom. Just like Job, just like Job did, just like it says in the scriptures, we have forsaken all, and what, we're gonna get that a double fold. All right, we're gonna get multiple children in the kingdom, and we're actually gonna enjoy our children. Right now, what, brothers might have children that they can't even see. I'm one of them. I have a child. My child's mother, she won't even let me see my daughter. And she thinks that's best. Even though it doesn't matter how much I tell her, like, well, the child needs both parents. She can't comprehend in her mind where, oh no, I'm gonna just keep them away from you. I'm like, okay, well, when that child grows up hating and resent her father, when you didn't even give me a chance to even a chance to see her. That's why we was getting on one brother. One brother, he's new, but we was getting on one brother. He was talking about oh yeah, he ain't like his father, whatever. And we was telling him, like, well, bro, according to the scriptures, man, you got to respect that man. You have to respect him. He talking about, oh yeah, if I see him, I'm gonna slap him. And it's like, no, bro, you do that, the Lord gonna kill you. The Lord will kill you. When you come into the truth, man, you have to literally strip off all that. Society pushes that, man, because you don't know what that man, that man and that mother. You don't know what that man and your mother went through, man. She probably put complete hell on him, and he's probably said, man, fuck this, man, I'm gone. Which is in the curses, man. But that's I'm kind of getting off topic, but basically the point I was saying on that is, man, you're gonna get all your family back. You're gonna get twice as fold in the kingdom, man. If you're a brother that did have a big family, then guess what? You're gonna get a even bigger. You're gonna get a huge family in the kingdom. If you didn't have if you didn't have how can I say women on this side, then guess what? You're gonna get a plethora of women in the kingdom, man. Let me get this. This is Jeremiah chapter 46. In verse 27, it says, but fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel. For behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. All right, and that Jacob and Israel is talking about the elect, man. Now, ultimately, yeah, it's talking about all Israel, eventually, because the scripture says all Israel shall be saved, So, yeah, eventually all Israel is going to be saved, but it's an order, It's an order. First, the Lord is going to send Yahweh Shah to come back and redeem the elect, the chosen men and women and children. And then through them, the Lord's going to save everybody else, Because putting people to death for the wicked and polluted mind, it's ultimately saving them at the end, because they're not getting destroyed. They're not getting destroyed and coming back into slavery again. They're coming back into a joyous. They're gonna be at rest. Hey, the lowest Israelite in the kingdom is gonna be 1,000,000 times better than the richest person in this world right now. So just think about how the richest person in this world, the elites and everything, just imagine how they live. That's gonna be literally a inkling of the lowest Israelite in the kingdom. So how much more the highest or the top tier, It says, fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord, for I am with thee, for I will make a full end of all the nations, whether I have driven thee, but I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished. All right, because man, we went punished. The Lord punished us. He corrected us, but ultimately, what, man? He's coming back to redeem us. It's like I'm a little under the weather right now. But what he says, what he said, but what? For I will make a full end of all the nations. Because what, man? Because the nations are getting destroyed and they're going into captivity. Up under us. There's not going to be no Ishmaelite society that's going to be better than the Israelite society. There's not going to be no Moabite, no Hamite, what's it called, Japhite society that's gonna outshine Israel. No, Israel is gonna be that glory. Israel's gonna be like, everybody's gonna be looking like, man, I wish I was an Israelite. Man, I really wish I was one of those people. That's what we're gonna be, the top tier, the upper echelon, the klim de la klim. But the Lord is not gonna leave us. He says what? He will not I leave the wholly unpunished. Because what? We got punished. We went through our punishment. But what? Now we're, our punishment is coming at the end. It talks about that in the book of Lamentations. How does it word? How does it word it? It's in Lamentations. Hold on, let me just go Lamentations and skim over it. See, can I find it? I don't know. I don't. So I can bear with me for a minute. I gotta look for it. It's I can't even think how it's worded. I'm just drawing a blank on it right now. This is a good one too. This is my favorite. This is actually one of my favorite right here. Lamentations 2 and 5, because it talks about how the Lord was an enemy unto us. It might be up. It actually might be in here. Just eyes do fill for tears, my bro. Okay, hold on, wait. I think I know. I think I have captivity and up. I think that's what it goes into. Eat up and the lover shall go into captivity, surely. almost. Is it captivity? Man, I can't even. You know what? I'm drawing too much of a blank. I can't think of what the scripture that I'm trying to get is. It hits on where it's basically saying our captivity is almost up. It's almost at an end, and then it goes about how the other nations is gonna get messed up. But I can't think. I mean, I'm drawing. I can't even think. I'm gonna have to look for it when the videos. I don't want to make this too long, but let me go ahead and get Jeremiah 37. Let's go, because this is what just popped in my head. You know, it's not 37. It's like it's 31 or 30. 31 or 31. 31 or 30. It's 30. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. It says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, is this Zion whom no man seeketh after? Thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and will have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city, it says, and the city shall be built up upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I'll also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be a foretime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all that oppress them, and their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause them to draw near, and he shall approach. It says, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, saith the Lord? And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury and continuous whirlwind, and it shall fall with a pain upon the head of the wicked. All right, so like the scripture says, man, you know, I just that whole passage right there, what the Lord says, what all these things, the people that devoured us, spoiled us, called us an outcast, was a prey, all these shall be put upon them. So the things you see the Israelites going through, what? Crack, drugs, killing one another, stealing, theft, all this, everything you see basically Jake going through, all these curses and everything are going to go to the heathens, man. The heathens are going to be like that one to another. They're going to steal. They're going to, they're going to be up under the law. So it's going to be, you know, but they're going to be like that one to another, you know. They're not going to see eye to eye. They're going to get into it. They're going to argue, you know. They're going to be just like how niggas are over here. That's how the heathens are going to be, you know. They're going to fight. They're going to be in the ghettos, you know. They women going to give them hell. When they get home from work or wherever they do, they women going to talk shit to them, you know. And it says what? And the Lord shall restore health unto Israel, man. And what? And my favorite part is where it says, and their nobles shall be of themselves, man. You know, so what? Our noblemen, our kings, our governors, our working class body, basically the government, the so-called government that we're gonna have is gonna be what? Of ourselves, man. We're not gonna have no Obamas, no Joe Bidens, and no Donald Trumps in office or ruling over us, telling us what we should know. Our nobles and our governors shall perceive of ourselves, man. You know, King David on down. You know, we're just gonna be within, and then that's how you get to people, man. That's how you truly get a person. You put someone in a seat of power to win over the people, just like they did Obama. You know, it was I think it was Antiochus Epiphanes, the fourth one to be exact. he when he wrote the letter to Israel, he actually said, you know, that he would loose the he would loose the bonds, and he would have governors, he have basically noblemen, he would have noblemen and governors of their own people, you know, because at first what he was putting people into that to rule over Israel, but he was telling Israel like, no, you can have your own people be in those situations. You know, if you go read in the book of Maccabees, I'm not gonna pull it out, but you know, I remember that being in the letter that he wrote to Israel at the time. You know, so it's something about having seeing your people in a high state that makes the people more susceptible to do what that man says. You know, just like they did Obama. You know, Obama's the perfect example. You know, Obama was a dark skinned male. You know, and the black community just ate that up, thinking that, he was the best president, the IBC, and then, you know, we're in the White House. You know, we went to slavery to the White House now. You know, and hype Jake up, and that man that Hamite didn't do nothing, man. He literally did nothing for these people, and yet they praised him like he was like a god. You know, you got people that got shrines. Even in my grandparents' house, man, they got documentaries. They bought so much stuff, you know, documentaries of his life, his books. He even got a picture of him sitting on a wall, like a family portrait. Everybody that's on this wall is part of the family, and they got a picture of him right in the middle. You know, like he's part of the family. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, you know, what I want to get at. I didn't want to make this too long, just, you know, real quick and short, you know, just showing that the Lord is going to come back, you know, and redeem his people, and ultimately take these heathens down, and then establish us in the world, you know, where everybody's going to look at us as the way they look at the so-called Edomites, man. If it's not white, it's not right. The proper way of living is this way. You know, look how the white people live. They live this way, A, B, C, and D. That's how you're supposed to live. That's how society is supposed to go. You know, that's how they're gonna look at. That's how they're gonna look at us in the kingdom, man. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna get this last one, and then I'm gonna close it out. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation." It says, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, whom hath Yahweh so nigh unto him, as the Lord our God in all things that we do call upon? It says, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for. So that's how these nations are going to look at us, man. You know, they're going to look at us like, wow, this is a wise and understanding people, because these statutes, laws, commandments is the proper way to live your life, man. You know, the statutes, laws, commandments is the proper way to live, not just your life, is the proper way to live life, period. This is the way that life was intended to be lived. But what? Men synced out many inventions and devices, and what? It corrupted everything, man. You know? Now you got women ruling over you. You got your children ruling over you. The man can't even really be a man. Men want to be women. Women want to be men. You got complete utter confusion and chaos in the world right now, because what? We're not properly living the way we were supposed to live, man. You know? And that works with anything, man. You can't buy a whole gym set and then expect to cook food on it. Or you can't buy a stove and expect to store cold food into it and expect that to work. Anything that you use out of its proper use is gonna malfunction, or it's not gonna be used to its capability. You use a stove to what? Cook your food. You use a gym equipment to what? Work out. You use a dresser to store your clothes in. You use your shoes for to protect your feet when you go out in the world. You know, you don't see people putting gloves on their feet or pants on their head as a hat. You know, anything that's used the way it's not supposed is going to end up what? Isn't it going to be a harder what's it called? it's gonna be end up being harder than what it is, man. And it's also and it's eventually you're gonna actually break it. You know, if you use something that what it's not meant for, you're liable to break it. All right. So that's just exactly how Esau got this world, man. He's doing things that's not meant to be so. That's why things is not going his way. That's why we got fucking snowstorms in fucking February. You know? So with that, Lord, well, I hope this video was edifying for you brothers out there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutation to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. Until next time, Shalom.